Hey friends, it's me, Christiana Gaudet, your Tarot Fairy Godmother. It's Thursday. That means it's time for the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter recap. So this week, just coming home from StaarCon, I just wrote about StaarCon. If you haven't read the newsletter yet, you can find it right on my website. The link is in the description. And I just, talked a little bit about what happened at StaarCon and how we go forward from there. And the point that I was making is how important it is for communities to gather. And that's true with friends and families, that when we gather together, something important happens. Now, during COVID, of course, we all learned to gather online. And that's actually how this community, in many ways, was born. And so whether online or in person, our gatherings matter. Our gatherings are important. And so what I wanted to do today, and I will tell you right off the bat, I do have a time crunch. I have about 30 minutes. So what I wanted to do in the next 30 minutes is readings on any kind of relationship, whether it's romantic, family, community, anything at all. And before we get started, I want to say thank you to everyone for being here. Thank you especially to the members and the moderators. Justine, so great to see you. Thank you for being at StaarCon and for being a fabulous volunteer on the tech team. You did great. Thank you so much for that. Thank you to everyone. Betty Fleischer, nice to see you. It was so nice to see you at StaarCon. Claire, nice to see you. I know you were at StaarCon online. So happy for that. So for those of you who attended StaarCon, really appreciate it. Really appreciate your support. And everyone else, there's always next year. We are both in person and online, so no excuses. Okay, so here we go. I'll take them in the order in which I see them for the next 30 minutes. Readings about any kind of relationship, starting with Trey Cameron. So nice to see you, Trey. Thanks for being a member here. I personally am not sure if I care to ever be in a relationship of any sort. I'm very self-contented. Am I supposed to one day be in a relationship of some sort? I'm male and I prefer males. Okay. And I will let y'all know I am using the Wiser Tarot. And of course, Wiser was a sponsor of StaarCon. All right. So do we see a relationship for you? Here's what I think is great. I think it's great that you're content in your life as you are. And I think it's true that there is no relationship from the past or no type of relationship from the past that would really suit you. I think you need to keep an open mind that relationships can take a lot of different forms. Do we think there would be one specific guy that you would meet that you could have a more traditional one-on-one relationship with? It's an interesting question. It's an interesting question. And maybe it wouldn't be marriage. Maybe it wouldn't be living together. Maybe it would be the person that you spend time with and enjoy intimacy with, but you each live your own lives. I think the thing you need to think about is relationships can work a lot of different ways. And you don't have to fit into a particular mold for how a relationship can work. Having the friendship, the support, the intimacy with someone, excuse me, allergies, having that without some of the other things that in a relationship might make you feel a little hemmed in, I think that could work. So just being open to, you can have relationship without having all of the traditional trappings. Okay, Madiha Ness, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I've always been part of multiple communities at the same time. It seems the real reason is I don't really fit in or don't even know if I belong. What should I do about this? So, the thing is, wherever you go, whatever community you are in, you do belong there, but you are different in some ways from other people. So I feel like it's not that you don't belong, it's that you're not exactly the same. There'll be things about you that make you different from the community norm. But that's what I want to say to you here is you can belong, you can fit in, you can be an important part of the community, you can be an important part of multiple communities without having to completely be in the community norm, and recognize that the best communities will value the unique thing that you bring. You are a very multifaceted person and bring a lot of unique perspective to every community. The communities that value that are good communities for you. The communities that don't, F them. And don't worry about feeling like you have to belong 100% because you may never, and that's okay. Well, no. It's not a matter of belong. It's not a matter of fit in. Let's use the right language. It's a matter of being exactly like everyone else. They broke the mold after you. You will never find a group of people where you are exactly like them. Let's celebrate that fact. And let's spend time in communities with people who celebrate that fact. Does that make sense? All right. And Justine, thank you for reading the newsletter. Thank you for being at StaarCon. Thank you for appreciating all of that. Febborn, yours is the next question I see. Sounds like the event was a wonderful gathering of like-minded persons. I would love some of that energy. How about heart cards for me today? All work and no play make Jill a dull girl. So, for you, Febborn, yeah, well, there's your heart card right there. And the thing is, in order to play, you need people to play with. And in order to have people to play with, you have to be willing to play with people. And in order to play with people, you have to be willing to have boundaries, to recognize that people can be different from you but still fit together, and to know what fits and what doesn't, and to feel like you have agency to say what works and what doesn't. Does that make sense? Okay, George, nice to see you. What do I think of your relationship? Is it real love or just fantasy? Let's take a look. Fantasy. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude or abrupt, but yeah, I don't think it's real love. That would be my guess. Claire. And thank you for being part of StaarCon. Thanks for being a member here. I confess you are inspiring me to practice tarot. I'm always delighted by your wit and wisdom. Thank you. I spent a lifetime trying to inspire others to trust their sense of play while being creative. How can I strengthen this childlike wonder back to my own art? Man, that has been the struggle recently, hasn't it? Well, let's take a look and see. Honestly, I think you have to get out of your comfort zone. Paint with your opposite hand. Paint with a blindfold. Use a different medium than you usually use. Challenge yourself to do something really playful by doing something different than what you usually do. I think that would help. Justine, I saw you retracted a message, but I thought it was a good question and appropriate for what we're doing here today. About just reintegrating into the world after coming back from StaarCon. So Justine, I do want to do that one for you. It's not really off topic, given that you indeed were there, and it does speak to that. And thank you everyone for the feedback. I see the feedback coming in. And so Justine, I am going to speak to that. And if you have a different question to ask, go ahead and ask that too, because you earned that by being a fabulous volunteer. So how do we reintegrate back into the real world after coming out of a crazy, wonderful, fabulous event like that? And the answer is It's not easy. It's always been hard for me. Coming back from summer camp as a kid, it was always hard for me. But the answer is immerse yourself as much as possible in the online community. Immerse yourself in tarot and divination as much as possible. And bring the wisdom of that with you, feeling the inner glow of knowing that you have found. One person at StaarCon said, I found my soul tribe. And knowing that you found that is empowering. Okay. And Ben, Libra does tarot. Great newsletter, really fitted with my own shadow work around being accepted by friendship groups and communities, right? And you don't have to be the same as your community. Going back to what I was saying to Medea, you don't have to be the same. You just have to be appreciated and appreciate them, right? Smile Soul 20, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Nalini, thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members only emojis. So the question, between you and B, will it be okay? Or will he turn his back on the friendship? He's hurt and upset and confused and doesn't really know what to do. I think in the long run it will be okay, but I think it's going to be a struggle at first. Okay. Cassandra. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. My boyfriend left this morning for a 12-month Army deployment. Thank you. We appreciate his service. Wow. But we know how hard that is, and we know you got a baby and the whole thing. So just pulling a card for him on his deployment, most certainly, and sending you and him so much love. He didn't, of all deployments, this was the one he really didn't want to do because he really didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave. He didn't want to lose what he has at home. He's really going to miss you. It's going to be hard, but he will do his best. He will be fine, and you will be fine, and everyone will be fine, and it completely sucks, but everyone will be fine. Hey, Caroline McLaughlin, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thank you for being part of StaarCon. Okay. And Betty Fleischer, thank you for your kind words. Left StaarCon with so many emotions. Happy, sad to leave. Blessed to have met friends that I'll have for a lifetime. Blessed to finally meet you, my mentor and teacher. Well, I felt the same about meeting you. Thank you so much for being there. So here's a great question. And again, thanks for being a member here and you for using members only emojis. What is the main thing I took away from StaarCon? Honestly, how much fun it can be to play with all of this stuff. You are a very serious student and you take it very seriously, as you should. But I think you also saw the fun side of it, and that's good. Okay. Chris and Louise, nice to see you. Back from my Kinky convention, had an absolutely wonderful time. I will begin doing Shibari, always a good thing, with a new play partner in a couple of weeks. How will we vibe? And with Shibari, that's like it's really got to be right just because of the nature of it. Be careful about communication. The communication is going to be really important. And you may vibe in other activities versus Shibari better. Just saying. And Smile Soul 20. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being here. My question is, will my love life blossom this year? And I feel like the key is really going to be meeting more people. I believe that it can. Probably more toward the end of the year, but you got to meet more people. That's the key. And Caroline, and again, thanks for being a member. StaarCon was amazing. My question is, will I get together in person at StaarCon in the next few years to strengthen my online friendships? Oh, we sure hope so. Let's take a look. It's not going to be easy. The time and money required to travel such a distance It will not be easy. It is possible, but start doing the magic to manifest it now. Personally ours. What can me and my partner do to make our relationship happier and more stable? Relax. Relax. Spend unstructured time together. Relax and spend unstructured time together. Catherine Fan, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. How do I improve my relationship with my supervisor and director? I'm having a year-end review tomorrow. All right. So, well, first of all, how will that review go? It's nothing to worry about. It'll be okay. And when we look at, and I don't know if the supervisor and director are two different people or it is the supervisor who is also the director. I don't know. I can't say that. But when we look at improving this work relationship or these work relationships, it's hard and it's not your fault. The other person or people are torn in a lot of different directions, and they're the kind of people who don't put out fires before they start. They or whoever it is will handle a problem after it comes up rather than before. And you prefer things to be more proactive. So just recognize there are different styles here and don't take it personally. Okay. And Justine, a question about relationships. What relationships do I need to nurture now that will also nurture me in return? Great question. Honestly, I think it's about nurturing new friends, making new friends and nurturing new friends. And Quinn, am I a good friend? I've been missing some former friendships. I think you're a very good and patient friend, but I think you've lost some dead weight along the way. Sorry, but there it is. And Unicorn Rocks by Maya. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I'm curious if Ashley would prefer to be a service dog for my husband instead of being mine. And thanks for using members only emojis. Okay. Yes, rather your husband's dog. Sorry, but there it is. Aria Wilson, on the topic of gatherings, how can I overcome my social anxiety and just push forward in conversation and public speaking? That's so hard. That's so hard. That's so hard. Can I tell you a trick that I've used? And then I'll do the cards for you. A trick I've used is just while I'm doing it, pretend I'm someone else. Like, I'm not even here. I'm just an actor playing a role. And so I don't have to bear the weight of it, like just pretending I'm not there, but doing it anyway. I know that sounds like a crazy machination, but it worked for me. Okay, so how do you, Aria Wilson, overcome social anxiety and push forward in conversation? Learn a lot of great conversation topics. Take time to read snippets, to have things to talk about, so that you feel well, so you feel knowledgeable, so you have something to say. Melissa Grasso, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being at StaarCon. It was so great to see you there. StaarCon was such an incredible experience. Cannot shout it out loudly enough. Thank you for all the work for the work you did into making it, the work you put into making it a huge success. Thank you so much. Thanks for being there. Trey, see, that's why we come to you. That Scorpio comes out and you tell it like it is. You don't sugarcoat like a lot of other readers do. Well, I don't try to be mean, but yeah, your tarot fairy godmother will try to speak the truth. Mediha, thank you. Thank you. I'm grateful for you and the community you've created, and I'm grateful you're part of it. My goodness. Jack Milo Miko. Is Mano ghosting me because he wants to end the relationship, or just what happened to our relationship? There's some upset and hurt there. It's what happened. There's upset and hurt. Hey, Reaper TV, nice to see you. Melissa, my question is, what is the critical thing for me to remember or do following such a great gathering, coming home from StaarCon? You know, I appreciate that you will come to me and other readers for readings, and I want you to continue doing that. But remember your own power in divination. Remember your own mediumship power. Remember your own skills and abilities to use these tools for yourself. Speaking to you personally, Melissa. And that's not, again, still have readings with me and others, of course, but remember your own ability to speak with spirit yourself. Okay. And Mary Klein, nice to see you. What is the next action to make for our relationship? I would say don't push. Maybe the next action is non-action and just see how it naturally goes. Amoira LPO, how can I make my relationship work with my ex, or is it over? It's a question, and the question is for each of you, how much are you willing to forget? How much are you willing to put up with? It could work, but you would have to forget a lot and put up with a lot and start new. Reaper TV, how do I keep the balance between fun and work and be independent at the same time? You have to discipline yourself to it, Reaper TV. It's all about discipline. The discipline to start and stop when you're supposed to. Okay, Soul Star, nice to see you. And this is a relationship question as well. What can I do to improve my business getting more customers? Okay. You need to literally advertise more, Soul Star. You need to literally get the word out through traditional advertising methods. Okay, Farida Ali. Any message you need to know? And since we're specifically talking about our different relationships, here will be a message about relationships. And the thing is, I feel like you've got good family community relationships. And if you are not with a partner now, I feel like there will be someone soon. Jenny, nice to see you. I will have a gathering with a new group and I don't know anyone. What can I do to make it easier, smoother? I'm anxious just thinking about it. See it as all the new people you get to meet and just approach it with love and a sense of adventure and it will be fine. Hey, Jackie Masters, so nice to see you. So great to meet you in person. Oh my goodness gracious, thank you. Thank you for coming all the way from London to StaarCon and thank you for being a member here. Selma, will I be able to successfully accomplish the purpose of my travel abroad? Yes, absolutely, but be patient about how you do it. Morgana, which relationship should I nurture at this point in time? Morgana the Great. Most importantly, your relationship with spirit, your relationship with yourself, and business relationships. All right. So from my perspective, I have come to the end, and I've got about 6 minutes left of available time. So if you've just gotten here and you want to ask a question, it's last call for readings, y'all. And if I accidentally skipped you, I'm so sorry. Please reiterate. Okay, Ravenna. I would like to know if I will get a job this year. I passed a civil service exam and I'm waiting to be called. Love your videos. You're a great teacher. Well, the compliments get you everywhere. Okay, here we go. Do we see a job for you, Ravenna? I think you have to do more to make it happen, but yes, it will happen, probably by June, July. Teresa, we missed you at StaarCon. You're in your last semester of school, but you are planning on attending in person next year. We're talking about relationships and gatherings. And when we look at the people around you, Teresa C., and thank you for being a member, thanks for being a moderator, do not fear the relationships that you will have in your new profession. You will do well. You will do well. You will do well building community in your new work. Okay, Jackie, what do I need to know about the various relationships in my life, the new and the old? Relationships from the old relationships. Every relationship in your life needs to be a new relationship because you're a new you. And so what you need to do is approach everything and everyone in a new way because you have new power, new strength, new energy. You are bright and brilliant, Jackie, not afraid and maligned, Jackie. It's this versus this. How about that? Leslie Jones, nice to see you. Health issues, 2 doctors have said 2 different things. That's a relationship question. And you are going to a 3rd doctor, which is good. But which doctor do I think is more correct, A or B? I think they're both correct in different ways. You should go to a 3rd doctor. Soulstar, do I ever use Marseille? I do not. I can, but I'm not a Marseille reader. I'm not a Crowley reader either. I can read 78 pieces of notebook paper. I can read anything. But I'm a weight girl. Okay. Excuse me. Please forgive me. Trey, can my dad know about my aunt? Why is she so narcissistic? Trey, why do I cough every time I talk to you? Are you having any health issues, lung issues, sinus issues, anything going on for you? Just wondering. I mean, I know I have allergies and plenty of sinus issues, but I notice it comes up every time I talk to you. So just check yourself in terms of your own well-being in that respiratory area. Okay. Trey, can my dad know about my aunt? Why is she so narcissistic? It's genetic, and your father should be glad that he didn't get it. Leslie, don't be scared. It's okay. Your knees can be fixed. It will be fine. It will be fine. And you're 25, so you'll heal quickly. Trey, you've been having a lot of allergies lately. Man, doesn't it suck? But I will be your sibling in allergies. You know, what are we going to do? There it is. Peggy Lou Levens, nice to see you. Thanks for being at StaarCon. Thanks for being a member. You got 2 minutes. I'm on a 2-minute warning here. If you have a quick questions about relationships or gatherings, now's the time. I want to remind all the members this Tuesday, we have a members only live stream, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Tarot for Healing. We're going to talk about how we use tarot for healing, and we'll do some examples of that. We'll do some exercises and some readings around that topic. So if you are a member of this channel, if you are a member of this channel, join us. And if you're not a member, become a member so you can join us 7 p.m. on Tuesday Eastern time. Soulstar, you are so cool, Christiana. You remind me of a wonderful hippie from New York. Well, the fact is, I am a wonderful hippie from New York. So there you go. Thank you. All right, my friends, do join us. I'll be back. You know, we're back on our regular live stream schedule, as regular as I can make it. So we'll be back tomorrow at noon for the Friday weekly wrap up. And I do appreciate all of you so much. Thanks especially to the members and the moderators. Thanks to everyone who was at StaarCon. We're already starting planning for StaarCon 2024, so you plan too. And it's always going to be that 3rd weekend in January, the weekend after Martin Luther King, and not the last weekend in January, but the 2nd. Okay, my friends, Justine, thanks for coming on this morning. To all the blessed souls who are at StaarCon, it's great to meet with you again. Yeah, man. It was fabulous. So thank you to all of you. Members, make sure you mark your calendar for Tuesday. And if you are at StaarCon, remember that our lounge events start on Saturday. We have 2 lounge events on Saturday. And more coming up. We've got a lot of them, more this year than ever. So make sure you join us in the lounges for our lounge events. If you have any problem logging on or anything like that, reach out to me. We'll make sure you get on. Thank you so much. Be good.